Hi, I'm Eduardo and this is the JavaScript Haunted House. You did a very good job in the last challenge. You keep impressing me again and again and again and again. Sounds like a loop. In programming languages, we use loops to repeat the same block of code multiple times. JavaScript supports different types of loops. For instance, we can use the for loop, for in loop, while loop, and do while loop. Let's move forward and see how we can use them. Let's begin with the for loop. To create a for loop, we use the syntax for, open and close parentheses with 3 different statements inside them, and curly brackets, which indicates where the code to be executed will be. Statement 1 is executed before the loop starts. Statement 2 defines a condition to run the loop. And Statement 3 is run each time the block of code is executed. The Statement 1 is typically used to start the loop variable. The Statement 2 is commonly used to evaluate a condition to execute the loop. And finally, Statement 3 is typically used to increase the initial variable. It may sound complicated, but it's not. Let's see how it works in practice. In the last chapter, we learned about arrays and how we can access the elements of an array through its index. We can use the for loop to iterate through the array and display each value on the screen with this code. In the first statement, we initialize the variable I, assigning 0 to it. The second statement defines the condition of the loop. In this condition, we say that the loop will run while the variable I is less than the array length. And finally, the third statement will be executed in every iteration, and it's used to increment the variable I. This means that in each iteration of the loop, the variable I is incremented automatically. Here the array has 4 items, and the I variable starts with 0. That means we have 4 iterations until the loop is finished. This way, in the first iteration, the value of the variable I is 0. In the second, it will be 1, and so on. Using it as an index to access our array elements, in each loop we'll have a different element, and we can go through all of them before the loop ends. Now that we know how to use loops, we can create a new functionality for our inventory. Let's create a function to show every clue inside the clues array on the screen. At each iteration, we will create a new paragraph and store it in a p variable. With inner HTML, we put the clue of index I inside it. We are using the word this to specify that we are referring to the clues of this specific inventory. And finally, find the element with the ID clues and append the new element to it. If we call the showClues method, we can see the result. Another upgrade done in our inventory. Let's move on. The for in loop is used to go through properties of an object. In practice, using the for in loop, we are saying to JavaScript, assign to the variable x each property of the ghost object. Each iteration of the x will contain a ghost property. This means that in the first iteration of the loop, you will have the name property in it, and in the second, it will have the age property. The while loop executes a block of code until a condition becomes false. Obviously, the condition must be something that will change every time the loop iterates, or else it will be an infinite loop. The while loop will usually evaluate a condition and will repeat the block until the condition returns false. For example, we can create a while loop that will increase a ghost count and will stop iterating as soon as the ghost number variable reaches 5 ghosts. Using the same example, increasing the number of ghosts in a house, let's see how a do-while loop works. In this case, the condition goes after the block of code defined inside a do statement. Now that you dominate loops, there's no need to be afraid of multiple ghosts coming at you at the same time. You can easily take care of them. Good luck in the challenge!